So, Brad, that leads to our game of the week. No, it's not Penn State versus Ohio State. We want to go a little bit different with our show. That is the number 16 Duke Blue Devils. I couldn't say that properly last week. Go on the road to take on the number 4 Florida State Seminoles. 7:30 kickoff on ABC. Brad, take it away. This cold's killing me.
Oh man, I'm sorry. We're just about there, buddy. Yeah, this is a good one, and I want to say hats off to Florida State. Mike Norvell has done a tremendous job this year. Florida State's rolling. They look like not a for sure lot, but a very very heavy lot for the ACC championship and for the college football playoff. Great job by Florida State. I got to talk about Nate, the Duke Blue Devils. I picked this team as my third team in the ACC in the preseason. They've lived up to expectations. Mike Elko's doing a great job. I think he's going to be a hot name come December when we have some head coach openings. I think he's going to, maybe be a name that, bigger schools are looking at. Nate, this is one of those games. It's kind of like heart versus head because my heart wants to pick Duke just because of the great story and everything, but Florida State is the better team. I mean, that's just the reality. And you throw in the unknown status of star Duke quarterback Riley Leonard. Just doing some reading, he's day to day. It sounds like he could give it a shot Saturday night, but who knows? How healthy he is. Who knows what kind of impact he has. Duke won 24-3 last week over NC State and looked pretty impressive doing it. Duke started a freshman quarterback, Henry Beelan. They interesting stat line: 4 of 12 for 107 yards. So Duke was very, very focused on running the football. They ran for 194 yards. So Duke had a game plan. Florida State is favored by 14. I personally, Nate, I think that's too much. I think Duke is going to have a game plan. I think they're going to look to control the football. I think Duke plays it very, very tough for 2.5 or 3 quarters, and then I think you're going to start to see the Florida State offense just kind of take over. Jordan Travis has been great, and Nate, I'm if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned Keon Coleman. One of us did mention Keon Coleman as our impact transfers. Maybe it was me. I can't remember. But Keon Coleman has just gone off this year. He has just been unbelievable for Florida State. I'm taking the Seminoles. I want to take Duke, and I think it's going to be intriguing. But give me the Seminoles Saturday night.
Yeah, Brad, you bring up some great points regarding this matchup. And look, Duke coming in, you have to hate that, Riley Leonard still battling with that ankle injury. I don't know is he going to be back this game or is he?
He's day to day. It's very up in the air. Yeah.
Regardless of whether he's back, I mean, it's heartbreaking, right? Because he's been the heart and soul of that team this year. And Mike Elko has done such a phenomenal job with the Blue Devils. And regardless of the outcome of this game, you have to think they're still on track to have a great season. They pick up a great win last week. We both picked Duke against NC State, and they look great on defense. However, they go into a hostile environment in prime time, 7:30 in Tallahassee. That crowd, I mean, Brad, I mentioned it before. There's a few places around the nation that I would love to get to go to as a bucket list. Tallahassee, Madison, Wisconsin, and even Morgantown, West Virginia. Those are my 3 bucket lists. There's a few others, but those are 3 that I'd like to mention. But regarding this game, let's get focused back in. Florida State currently averaging 449 yards on offense. On the other side of the ball, Duke averaging 388 yards. Big part of that being Riley Leonard. That's going down week by week as he's not been playing. Defensively, surprisingly, Duke has the edge, 298 yards, only giving up 164 through the air and 133 on the ground. On the other side, Florida State giving up 221 yards through the air and 141 on the ground. And then you look at a running back like Waters for Duke, 426 yards, 9 touchdowns. Benson for Florida State, 463 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then you mentioned it, Keon Coleman. I mean, he has been just outstanding. Some of the catches he makes, man, and the praise he got from Syracuse's head coach, calling him a gift from God. I mean, it's incredible to see what he's done. With that being said, I think Jordan Travis has a phenomenal game. I think this defense is going to test Florida State. I think this is a really, really good test. I mentioned it again, but I think this is a good test heading into later in the season with what Florida State's got to face ahead, right? Leading into the ACC Conference Championship game, potentially going against a team like North Carolina. potentially going against some playoff teams if they make the playoff. But give me the Florida State Seminoles in the long run. I think Jordan Travis has this offense cooking. Keon Coleman, big part of it as well. Give me Florida State in a big one. I think they win by at least 10 points. That concludes today's episode. When we come back next time, hopefully I'll have my voice back and I won't be coughing as much. We're going to be discussing our Week 8 recap and break down our Week 9 game day previews and predictions. Please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, follow us on all socials at BreakTheHuddle_, and be sure to turn on your bell notifications. Stay up to date when we post our latest videos. And let us know in the comments who you think will win this matchup of each game of the week. From Break the Huddle Studios, this is Nathan and Brad signing off.